Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Hidayah. So, my topic for today is stop body shaming. So probably already know the body shame about his or her physical appearance. So people are delicate to what others consider them. Beside words matters and have the power to hurt someone's feeling. Even when we don't realize it's what can cause someone to pause or pursue unrealistic expectation about their body. So I have a friend that experiences body shame and always feels unconfident with herself. Therefore, after doing intensive study for this speech, it made me realize that body shame is a serious problem that people should stop body shame and judge someone's physical appearance, features. So today, I want to pursue each of you to stop body shame and treat everyone fairly, because body shaming has been one of the crimes that exist in this world. So let's look more closer how people characterize others' body weight and appearance. So people have their own perspective of body weight, define standards of skin color, body size, hair length, and the kind of clothes someone should or shouldn't wear. So body shame happen everywhere and anytime. However, some things that we unnoticed is that body shame usually comes from those who close to us. Meanwhile, men are also informed that high rates of body shames from friends, co-workers, and from their parents. This pressure from people around meet them to engage in unhealthy behavior in order to change their body type and meet the standards of family and friends. So, in conclusion, body shaming involves characterizing people's about their body weight, shapes, and appearance. Therefore, we must change people from expressing humiliation and judging on individual body shape, or it might treat mental health that can lead to suicide attempt. So get away with the habit and intention on body shame or make fun of people body shape. And we might encourage your family and friends to do the same. Start your move now or you will experience the same problem too. We can stop the body shaming others if we realize that it is intense effect on someone's emotional and mental health. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. Hello everyone. My name is Nur Sailawati binti Abdul Razak. I'm glad to be here to share a little bit of the information that can help you change your daily routine and your future health. Let me ask you some simple question. Is wearing sunscreen important? Why is there a need to wear sunscreen? Do you know what can happen if you do not wear sunscreen? Some of might be aware of it, but there are also some of you do not. If your answer is you never even thought about it or not often, you should consider wearing it at least once. Imagine what will happen to your face 30 years from now if you were not wearing any protection. According to American Academy of Dermatology, every time you go outdoors without sun protection or use a tanning bed, ultraviolet UV light damage your skin. With time, this damage build up and you see changes to your skin, which can make you look years older than you naturally would. These change include wrinkles, age spot, loose skin, and spider vines. After doing extensive research for this speech, it made me realize that sunscreen is one of the sun protection that protect from skin damage. So today, here I'm standing to persuade each of you use sunscreen because it is very important to our health, especially our skin, where it can help against the visible sign of premature aging, reduce risk of skin cancer, and prevent sunburn. Let's look more closely to the importance of wearing sunscreen. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you why wearing sunscreen is important even in the cloudy days. Sunscreen give an effect for a long term if you use it daily. Sunscreen give an effect for long term if we use it daily. Wearing sunscreen can help our skin from premature aging and wrinkles. Aging and wrinkles can be due to excessive exposure to the sun. Years of sun damage will cause you to get wrinkles and look older than you really are. The Skincare Foundation estimate that 90% of aging comes from the hour you spend in the sun. Wearing sunscreen daily save you from years of visible damage later. Sunscreen protect every skin type. Sunscreen can reduce the risk of skin cancer. Firstly, you have to know what causes cancer of the skin. The two main causes of skin cancer are the sun harmful ultraviolet UV rays. There are two types of UV that are harm the skin, which are UVA ultraviolet A rays speed up aging, while UVB ultraviolet B rays burn your skin. Both can damage the DNA of skin cell, which lead to skin cancer. Without protection, this can result in more serious health complications, including hypersensitivity, reaction to sunlight, and skin cancer itself. Ultraviolet rays are always present and they are the cause of sun damage and skin cancer. Ultraviolet rays are not blocked by the clouds, so even if the sun isn't visible, you are still exposed to ultraviolet rays. Not only that, wearing sunscreen also can prevent our skin from sunburn. You may think the damaging effect of a sunburn go away once the redness fades, but that is not the case. Ultraviolet rays penetrate the skin deep into its layers, while its cell can be damaged and even killed. Sunburn is the skin's reaction to ultraviolet radiation from the sun. You can see sunlight or feel heat, but you can't see or feel UV radiation. Sunburn is a radiation burn to the skin. The long-term effect of sunburn won't just leave you with wrinkles but also the risk of skin cancer. According to a cross-sectional study using a nationally representative sample of 31,162 US adults from the 2015 National Health Interview Survey, 34% of respondents reported having at least one sunburn in 2015. Additionally, individuals who use tanning lotion aging engaged in physical activities and are overweight were also more likely to get sunburn. So what's the solution? By using sunscreen, automatically help your skin become healthy starting today if you use sunscreen and by making simple changes the way you use your sunscreen. This can be choose your sunscreen correctly with the appropriate levels of SPF and PA. SPF is sun protection factors tell you about the degree of UVB protection, while PA is protection grade of UVA rays indicate the level of UVA protection. Higher SPF rating provide more protection from UVB rays for the longer duration of time. As for UVA rays, more plus sign after PA mean a higher level of protection. According to the Skin Cancer Facts and Statistics, people who use sunscreen with an SPF of 15 or higher daily show 24% less skin aging than those who do not use sunscreen daily. Your skin can be more protected if you apply the sunscreen, otherwise your skin will be damaged. There will be serious health problems if you do not use sunscreen in your daily life. Exposure to sunlight without protection for so long will increase the chances of you to get melanoma cancer. Melanoma is known to be extremely aggressive and can be life-threatening for many people, particularly those in their 20s. It is the most dangerous type of skin cancer. News may reduce risk of melanoma. Higher melanoma rates among men may be due in part to lower rates of sun protection. Wearing the sunscreen daily or reapply in every 2 hours will avoid your skin from cancer. In conclusion, using sunscreen is very important and we must use it daily because it helps against the visible sign of premature aging, reduce risk of skin cancer and prevent sunburn. So starting today, please go to drugstore or online shopping to buy sunscreen with correct SPF and PA with at least 4 plus. If you already have it, please reapply your sunscreen. Encourage your family to do the same. We can avoid the skin cancer that will bring harm to our life and be awareness from the dermatologist about use the sun protection directly to our body even though it is sunny days or cloudy days. Thank you.
When we hear the question, how are you? Our instinctive response is I am fine, in spite of the fact that we may not be fine at all. Our society's custom and practice is mask how we are really feeling and respond with the standard glib answer. Assalamualaikum, I am Rahana and my topic is It is fine to express your emotions. So, how many times have you talked about your feelings, your emotions, and validate them? If your answer is not often or never, you have to express your emotions. Recently, I have been thinking how important it is to express your emotions by talking to someone whom you feel comfortable with. It could be your family members or your friends. I believe by expressing your emotions, it can give many impacts toward one's lives. Expressing feelings is not always an easy task, even for those that are knowledgeable and experienced on the topic. It requires feeling safe, being okay with being vulnerable, and a high level of self awareness to understand what is going on in the first place. Therefore, expressing your feelings can improve the ability to connect with ourselves and our surroundings. So, why do we need to talk about our feelings? Everywhere in the country and the world, people are experiencing good and bad days. In fact, according to the data analysis on the Ministry's Psychosocial Helpline from March 2020 until September 2022, 74.3% of callers needed emotional support and counseling due to chronic stress, depression, and anxiety. Sometimes we tend to get really overwhelmed where our brain is flooded with thoughts and emotions. We forget to speak out our emotions. We are often thought that some people might judge us when we start expressing our emotions. Thus, we hide our emotions and not be honest with others. When there are so many things left unsaid, we may become helpless and emotionally drained. So, what if you went against expectation and expressed what you were really feeling? What if you were forthright about your emotions and didn't hide them? People would be surprised. We all know that being honest and authentic about how we feel creates powerful personal connections. This is a learning process. All of us are in this together. Getting better at expressing your emotions is not about getting it right 100% of the time. So, do not beat yourself up if you fall back into old habits sometimes. You deserve to have strong relationships. You deserve to not fear reaching out for support from your loved ones. And fortunately, you can learn how to build these bonds yourself. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Noah Arafah. Did you know Malaysians are increasingly burdened by the rising cost of living? Young people are seen to give less of good response or are not interested in the practice of saving, even though the current method of saving is safe and secure compared to the past. To achieve a comfortable life, we must be physically and mentally prepared without neglecting the financial aspect especially. Therefore, before facing various problems in the future, we must make wise preparations so that we are not struck by misfortune in a state of unpreparedness. The money we earn through work can be kept in bank or even a fund. Let us start saving even with a small amount at the beginning. It can be seen that the practice of saving will definitely have a positive impact on us in the future. Looking at the current state of the country, Malaysia may continue to experience inflation in 2023 and we cannot know the fate of the country in the future. In economic, inflation means an increase in the general price level of goods and services in the economy over time. Although the inflation rate is still under control, we can see today students spend like there is no tomorrow and cannot make a monthly saving. Young generations spend without limit because they want to follow the latest trend. We can see that they like to hang out in expensive cafe. Young generation like to go to Starbucks, Gigi Coffee and other brands being influenced by young people regardless of time. They are also influenced to post pictures of themselves in premium coffee shop on social media to show that they are afford in and live in luxury. Other than that, young generation like to buy luxury clothing brand where they are beyond their means. They like to spend their money by buying designer clothes. This is because they often go out with friends and are influenced by other friends with stable in their finance. Spending is not a mistake as long as it is within our own means. The quality of goods sold in branded store can actually be brought in regular stock as well. In order to maintain standard in social media, they are willing to spend money to look luxurious and capable. This can be proved through observation on social media through that they are racing to highlight their appearance on it. The Malaysian government has also stated that the group most affected by inflation is the group of Malaysian B40. The government has reminded to spend for necessity first. If there is a little surplus, then we can buy what we want. This is because the price of daily necessities such as eggs, chicken, and rice have increased. Purchasing power will decline due to inflation. With rising price, it is impossible to have the same purchasing power of goods and services as before. Young generation will also be affected, making it difficult for them to save for the future because they don't have a fixed income. They are forced to do part-time work such as online business in order to cover the high cost of living. Saving or keeping money is not something easy, especially among the young generation today. With the high cost of living that does not match the income received, having to pay various bills as well as support the family make the people have no salary left to save. According to Bank Negara Malaysia, 75% of Malaysians do not have RM1000 in saving. This situation is actually very worried to face unexpected future challenges, especially in old age. However, there are various money management methods shared by financial experts that can be followed, such as they can invest in ASB. This is because the ASB investment concept allows investors to invest like saving, but the amount of saving increases because they are given by dividend. There are many benefits if young people start saving early. The truth is many young generation out there are happy in the future because they like to save money. The advantage of saving money from a young age is that it can be used in emergencies such as falling ill suddenly. The money can be used to cover the cost of treatment or surgery. They don't have to worry about finding money anymore. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Ning Fatiha. Example of a girl walk in front of your group of friends and wear clothes that can be categorized different from the others. Therefore, your friends start judging and you did not know what to do. Because of you think you belong in that group, so you also start judging. Little did you know that your words hurt her heart. So how many times have you think your words hurt some people? Or you just speak without thinking, just because you think you are joking and people love your joke. If your answer is often or you just can't remember, you should start recall and change your habits to think before you speak. Self-reflection is what you need the most. I have recently become interested on how one words can affect someone, either physically or mentally, by scrolling social media and reading some news on the subject. I have learned more about the impact of these acts can have on someone's life. Today, I hope to persuade each of you to think before you speak to someone or about someone, because bad words can lead to trauma, so we must change on how we talk or else face what it can do to people. So, why do we need to think before we speak? So, as a human, we tend to speak our mind in the name speaking our opinion. We forget that not every thought that crosses our mind should be said out loud, as there are things that should be kept private. We think that we can change other people with our words, but people took it to heart. Other times, particularly when feeling defensive, we tend to be reactionary and quick to answer back without proper thought. Most of us, when we are in argument, our ego rises up to defend its positions, not to realize it's unavoidable to say something negative. Words are the most powerful bullets you can use to hurt or destroy someone. The worst part is, they are just verbal. Words can destroy someone's confidence and self-worth in one fraction of a moment if you don't think before you speak. It is not an excuse that it is in your nature to do so, especially when you may hurt those around you. For For instance, someone is enjoying her or his life throughout the day. Then he or she hears someone judging or talking that she or he is overdoing or she should not be so happy. The person may then go back to home and thinking that was what she doing just now is embarrassing her or did her behavior disturb people. Then she start to not express her feelings as she's afraid that it did not worth it to do so. We can see how words can change a person, but there is a way to avoid this pain. The smallest effort you can do is to be aware of what you are doing, and every one of you can do it. By thinking before you speak, you can change someone's thought or day for the better. Say something good, possibly even save a life, or eventually change the world. There are many ways to break the habit of speaking without thinking. First, you have to accept that you have to accept the fact that it is up to you to control your tongue. You are responsible for what comes out from your mouth. Next, you have to diligently practice closing your mouth as soon as you open it. I'm not kidding. If you have this problem, it means that you are reacting to the people and situations around you by opening your mouth and talking. You are not reacting by thinking. When you close your mouth, you are breaking the pattern or habit and taking control. You are giving yourself time to consciously choose what you want to say. Then, to say what you really mean. This is critical and you have to ask yourself if you are truly willing to do this. It is easy to blurt something out and then say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking." But then the damage is done. What you are really saying is that you are too lazy to put in the effort to pay attention to your words. Saying you are sorry only has meaning if you subsequently change your behavior. Ask yourself if you are prepared to think before you speak, to say what you mean, to stand behind your words, and to take responsibility for them. So that's all. Thank you.